Now, most people in these homes, this faucet will look like this, or I'm going to reach across the camera here, excuse me, because these things you can do either or. That's why we have this. Or it may look something like that. So these are really similar. These things have been installed for at least 20 years. These things have been all over the place. So if you got to use this thing and the handle's all floppy or loose, then what you have to do is you have to take this little cover out, just like that. And then inside there, I'll try to bring it close to the camera, there's a little Allen screw. It's a set screw that holds the handle on. It's a 3/32 Allen key, Allen bit. What we'll do is we'll turn it off. So the first thing you need to do when you work on these things is make sure you shut the water off. After you close the emergency stops underneath your cabinet, then open the faucet up to make sure the water is off. Now, if it doesn't shut it off completely, you either have to change your stop or consult a local professional to fix that for you before you carry on. So if the water's off, no water comes out, the next step is to loosen this screw. Some of these things get worn out, some of them need to be replaced, some of them are just loose. So we'll show you what that looks like. Okay, so now underneath here you'll see how it slides together. There's actually a flat spot on the faucet for people to, or for your set screw to grab to. Basically it's just a little tiny set screw in there. You might need to pull it off and clean it. You might need to adjust your handle or something inside there to properly get it. You just have to monkey with it because there's, you know, 1,000 different ways. So you'll just kind of have to get it dialed in, tighten it down, and it should be good. And that is how you basically remove your handle. Now if you need to go further than this, say it's dripping or leaking or something like that, we'll shut your water off, take your handle off, and then you get to your point right here. So with this one, we unscrew the cap. It just pops off there. You remove this set nut is what it is. It kind of holds everything in place. This is what you have to do to get your cartridge out. Make sure your water's off, because if you start doing this before your water's off, you're gonna get really wet. Take that out. There's your lovely little cartridge. You're hot and you're cold. It actually has a nice little tiny rubber seal here. You can look inside there and see that where it mounts, it actually has slots, so you can't really mess it up. It goes right back where it needs to go in its little home. So what you do is to examine it, you make sure that everything's cleaned out. Make sure you've got clean water source going to this stuff. Like I said, if you start noticing that you're having issues with metal or something in your water from the galvanized, it's time to start considering other sources of repair, not just faucets at that point. So you get your new cartridge, you put it back. See, it won't let you put it anywhere. It has to go right in its little spot. You put your retaining nut back down. Basically everything is backwards at that point. Take it down, tighten it so where it gets good and snug. Your cap goes on. Cap goes on, and then your handle. And then you tighten your handle down with your Allen screw. And that is how you change a cartridge in a newer Chateau Moen faucet. Then you put your little cover back in. Just like that. And it's ready to go. Turn your water back on, check for leaks, test it. And that is how you repair a Moen Chateau kitchen faucet.